Peace be upon you. Let us go back to 19th century Britain. A disturbing scene unfolds at a public auction. A man is selling his wife, not his land or furniture, but his own spouse. This shocking act, supported by illustrations and historical records, reflects the widespread mistreatment of women at the time, especially those from lower social classes. Wife selling was considered an easier and cheaper alternative to divorce, and even helped some men settle their debts. Another example of injustice was the cruel punishment known as the Scold's Bridle, an iron muzzle designed to silence women deemed overly talkative or bothersome. The idea was simple: if a woman spoke too much, gossiped, or contradicted her husband, she was forcibly muzzled. This punishment reveals the deeply rooted societal belief that a woman's voice held less value. Where could these women seek justice? Truth and fairness require a moral reference beyond man-made laws. But Western religious texts, altered from their original form, did not provide refuge. These texts portrayed women as the source of sin, burdened with blame for humanity's fall, and subjected to male dominance. One verse taught that a woman should learn in silence, not teach or assume authority over a man, since she was seen as the cause of Adam's transgression. Justice remained out of reach. In search of dignity and equality, many women turned to secular values such as freedom and independence. But without divine guidance, the women's liberation movement soon veered into man-hostile feminism. Rather than seeking mutual respect, it emphasized competition with men and financial independence as the only measure of a woman's worth. Traditional family roles were criticized as tools of oppression, and self-sacrifice for loved ones was mocked as weakness. This victimhood narrative attracted opportunists, politicians, corporations, and ideologues, many of them men, who exploited it for power and profit. Feminist icons like Nancy Fraser and Gloria Steinem later acknowledged that the movement was co-opted by capitalist interests. Encouraging women to join the workforce meant more taxable income and a larger, cheaper labor pool. Mixed-gender workplaces also fueled consumerism, especially in industries selling cosmetics and fashion. But at what cost? Families fractured, the home, once a place of warmth and moral education, was replaced by schools shaped by state agendas. Children grew up disconnected, and homelessness among youth soared. In the United States alone, millions of children are now without stable shelter, many fleeing abuse or neglect from homes broken by rivalry and isolation. Despite their efforts, many women did not gain the justice or respect they sought. Instead, they were sexualized, judged by appearance, and objectified by media and advertising. Research shows that physical attractiveness became the most valued trait in women, leading to shame, body image disorders, and mental health issues. Women spent excessive time and money trying to meet unrealistic beauty standards, believing their worth depended on their looks. Sexual harassment became widespread, in schools, universities, workplaces, even therapy sessions. Victims often stayed silent, fearing stigma or retaliation. The legal system failed many of them. In some countries, 100% of female public transport users reported experiencing harassment. College students, doctors, and nurses alike faced unwanted advances. Even in humanitarian professions, abuse was rampant. Worse still, many women found themselves vulnerable to exploitation. Some were forced into prostitution just to survive, either due to inadequate social welfare, loss of employment, or lack of family support. The very system that promised freedom and equality left them exposed. Reports emerged of women turning to sugar daddy arrangements to fund their education or pay rent, effectively selling their bodies in a desperate bid for stability. This cycle of exploitation continues. Abortion and child abandonment are tragically common. Clinics legally end the lives of unborn children, often after the 6th week of pregnancy, when the soul is believed to have entered the fetus. Some women unable to raise a child leave their newborns in baby boxes. The sanctity of life is disregarded in favor of convenience or survival. And still, some ask, has the Western woman truly achieved freedom, equality, and dignity? Or has she been handed a new form of slavery, one masked by slogans but rooted in exploitation? Contrast this with Islam's teachings, which emphasize honor, dignity, and mutual responsibility between men and women. In Islam, a man is a protector and maintainer of his wife, not her rival or controller. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives." Women are praised for their piety, not their appearance, and are given rights and protections rooted in divine justice. Islam recognizes women as full human beings, moral equals to men, and spiritual partners. The Quran presents believing women like Pharaoh's wife and Mary as examples for all believers, icons of courage, faith, and strength. These women defied oppression, and were honored not for their physical beauty or social status but for their unwavering belief. While the West debates how to protect women from objectification and abuse, Islam offers a timeless solution. When Allah commands women to dress modestly, it is to protect them from harm, not to restrict their freedom. When men are told to treat their wives with kindness, it is to foster love and compassion, not control. Let us reflect. True freedom is not doing whatever one wants. It is living with purpose, dignity, and guidance. The Western woman's journey shows us what happens when divine direction is lost. Let us not imitate this path blindly. Instead, let us work together to restore justice in our own societies through real solutions, those rooted in faith, truth, and mutual respect. To be continued in the next episode, God willing. Peace be upon you.